I realize that I have a hard time with recognizing when the disorientation occurs. Like I feel like I'm missing like a a decision making element in my brain. I'm like, yeah, that sounds fun, and I'm gonna do that. And I'm not asking that why question. So I'm in something that's intense. I'm in a wild moment. I'm in something that's very strenuous. And it's like I all of a sudden I don't know how I got there. I'm like, huh,
Mm.
what were my decisions leading up to this? So like the last thing I'm thinking about is that 100K that I did in April. And I wanted to do it because it was like preparation, but I remember at like mile 50 or something like this kind of sucks. But it wasn't until I was taking a bath afterwards at like 10 o'clock at night and I'm like pulling uh like cactus needles out of my like shin in the bath. And I'm like, I'm never doing this again. Like, why did I do this? Like, this is terrible. So it was like that period of reflection occurred after, that whole build up, that journey or something. So like there's something about um that I'm like trying to work out on the fly right now. Like, why is that with me? Where like I get into these moments that I think are going to be great, but I'm not looking for the disorientation, but the disorientation occurs after the fact in some of these experiences. But then like an hour later I'm like, okay, I can do this again. I can give it another go. But it's cool to see when those periods, just when you were talking and Tony was talking, like when those disorientation or when that disorientation occurs for each person, because it's not always going to be the same.
There's a natural loop that the Wilds in the Woods is built around, right? It's this stepping from the familiar into an unknown or a wilder space, doing what you do out there, explore, cover ground, and then return. Right? And both the experience of stepping out and the experience of stepping back in involves some conflict or resistance, right? Where what came to mind listening to you talk there, Josh, was um, the weather in the mountains. That how quickly it can change and how dramatically it can change because of the way air interacts. Where when you're up at that altitude, the air gets very cold overnight, regardless of the time of year. And the sun is really hot. So when the sun comes up and it's clear, then that air gets really warm and you get more storms than usual or more volatile weather. So he's like, those are um, the same or similar dynamics to what we're talking about. That when you get done with the thing and you go back to take a bath, then it's that experience of being pushed and being stretched and being challenged, bumping up against how good it feels to be comfortable. And remembering, oh, it's really seductive to be comfortable. Why would I choose to be uncomfortable when we have the ability to stay comfortable pretty much all the time? And so it is it's it's a natural thing, I guess, right?
Yeah.
That we feel that way, and then a half hour later, it's like, all right, let's do that again.